Is it going to go?
It says we're live now.
It's hard to say with this thing.
No, that's what come across.
Oh yeah, it's popped up. Okay.
Well, let me get my mug off of here because some people might try to use it. Well, hello, Prepping 101, Lake Ferry Preparedness, Nate, Sandra.
Little lone prepper.
I got that
Or you
burn.
got an ad or something playing there?
Yeah, I just toned it down.
Okay. I was like, that's well, I usually don't get ads on my own stuff. That's weird. Unless I'm on my phone, and then I'll get that. I get tons of ads on the phone.
Well, no, that's one you heard it off of was the phone.
Oh, okay.
So, see what it is, and I've said it a few times. My TV, I got it on my TV so I could see it better. My phone, in case somebody wants to act up in chat, and my laptop is to do the live part, you know. And it took me forever to try to get my wife to understand all that.
I don't know. I got the. Which banner do you like better, this one or the?
Like, not yourself, but there's a few of them out there. Oh,
A few of what?
you people that wants to use my mug.
Oh,
Well, now, was you up to see the eclipse last night, or did you see any of it?
that's tonight.
No, that was last night.
Oh, they said the 8th.
Morning of the 8th.
I don't know.
Well, I saw part of it. My eyes wouldn't cooperate, so I had to take them back to bed.
Oh boy. Yeah, I got up early and did my business, and I'm not talking about the bathroom. I'm talking about the because we ours is at a church where we go and do our voting. I guess I can say voting because it's in the title and they didn't take it down, so I guess I'm good.
I done mine last week.
Yeah, I was gonna do it early, but then I was thinking I kind of want to see how things are the day of. You know what I mean? And there are some places that you would see shenanigans. They shouldn't track that one. Shenanigans going
Yeah.
on beforehand, before today. And that's where I was thinking, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, even though the lines are gonna be, which they weren't, which I was really surprised um, that there wasn't big lines.
I reckon the only way you'd have to worry about big lines is for the ones that don't have the early vote.
Well, they had the early vote. You could go
Yeah.
in, but
What the hell is even
um,
that?
Really?
like I said, I don't think I and I'm this is not a big town or anything. I think the bigger area would have been south of here, south of where I live, because they have different different regions and stuff where you go and do it. But um, yeah, it wasn't that bad, and I was I was kind of surprised that they had. I mean, it's nice and everything, but they had donuts out there, and then people were clawing at the donuts and going through picking ones they want. And I'm like,
Picking.
there's still a thing going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Even though everybody stopped wearing, except for when you go to the hospitals, you still have to wear the diaper on your face.
Well, now that I can understand because the hospital and the doctor's office is going to be the most
Hey, join the party!
the
Well,
most infected public places of all.
to my belief on the whole diaper thing, I think it helps, but it doesn't prevent. Um, as in, I think it helps because a little less stuff gets through, maybe, but um, the whole that it's like a shield that's going to protect you from everything. No, it
No,
doesn't. And the nurses even the the nurse when I go to the doctor, um, she's really chatty. You ask her one question, she'll chat about everything. And she's had it 3 times, and she's got the juice and everything. And they have to wear 2 of them.
oh really?
Yeah. Well, I should say when they're at the hospital, they wear 2 of them.
Okay.
Normally, when she in the office, she only wears the one. So
I wish I could say what I really say,
yeah,
but I can't.
yeah, and and I don't think it unless it's the 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 doctor dude that told us everything during 2020 and whatnot, the gremlin or whatever his name is.
Well,
You know who he is.
yeah, yeah.
Saying that's the only way you can get protected, and then oh, that doesn't work. You have to get the juice.
Hello, AJ.
Yeah, you pretty much seen how that happened. But
Oh,
because when I did my stress test, I said I hope the hell I'm not wearing. I have to wear this damn thing. Oh no, you don't have to wear it. And I'm like, then why do I have to wear it when I
exactly.
you know come and go? No answer.
They
They
can't
can't
give
say.
you one.
They can't really say. They'd say, well, it's the rules or whatnot.
Exactly.
And
But
I
I
said,
really,
for another thing, I said the last time I was in the hospital, you guys gave it to me anyway, so I should be immune to it, and I shouldn't be whatever. It just makes no sense to me.
I would
Which
ask a question on that one, but
which I was surprised that when we went
back in a second.
um, when I went to vote, nobody. Well, there was. I think there was 2 people, which they were elderly people, which I understand that, but yeah, there was 2 people wearing face diapers. Yeah, Beach Army. I had to go up get the stress test for he wanted to check my heart, and um, they want said I was supposed to walk for 15 minutes to get my heart rate up, and that way they could test it. I was walking, for about 5 minutes. My heart rate actually went down. So they said, well, we can do two things. We can give you a shot to increase your heart rate, or we can raise the incline and make it go faster. So you have to run.
Hey,
I
join
said,
the
well,
party!
let's crank it up then. Then I went 10 minutes of a full run, and I was worn out.
Damn, 10 minutes of a full run. If that don't get your heart beat up,
Oh
you
yeah,
did anyway.
it was going. Like, it was up 140, 150 range, which I thought it's going faster. Now my blood pressure went up to 200. And, but when I sat down, my mouth was so dry because of these stupid pills that they give me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was like, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I just need a drink. My mouth is dry.
Yeah, but you only allowed to drink certain things. I think Sprite was one of them.
No, I don't drink pop anymore. So it's just water.
I can't stand the taste of Sprite.
That's the thing. They try to offer coffee. They tell me not to drink it. And then you want some coffee before you start. That way it'll get your heart moving. I'm like, no. No, I haven't got the results of the test. I'll probably hear from them. That's a thing. Usually if they don't say anything, that's usually good. It's usually when they call you, say, well, we need to talk.
Yeah.
That's the bad part.
So, or when you're there, let's step into my office.
Yeah, and he was there because he was on call that day, and he said, "Oh," and he's my patient, and he said, because I was only supposed to go 10 minutes, and he says, he comes in, he says, he's my patient, give him 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, thanks.
I would have told, doctor, ain't you got a patient you need to go see? Well, here we go again. Lisa Anderson kicking people. This time she kicked Bonnie 543 miles away. I'm going to tell you what, them muscle builders ain't going to have nothing over her before this is over with.
Yeah, she tell somebody get something done or I'm going to kick your butt. They better listen.
Yeah, really. And if she's married, I feel sorry for her husband. Now, if she ain't, she'll probably come back and chew me out for it. Oh.
Yeah, I figure tonight 101's going live on his Q&A channel. So
he done posted that in chat. He will be live on his Q&A tonight.
Yeah. So I kind of figure that there's probably going to be, he's going to talk about pretty much what we're talking about up here, but a little bit more in depth than I can talk about.
Now on his Q&A, we can be a little bit more vocal than we can with just his prepping 101, correct?
Yeah.
I said a little bit more people in the chat, not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, you still have to be careful. It's it's tricky what you can say and what you can't say nowadays.
It's bullshit.
And I understand some of it, but then again, like we were talking in the background, that if because
Hey,
it's
join
all
the
business,
party!
and if the advertisers don't want to be associated with those words and stuff, then don't advertise on that.
Yeah, don't put their advertisements on my page. Period.
Yeah. But that is how YouTubers get paid, by advertising. But instead of giving them a strike or warning or all that stuff, just flip a switch and don't put the advertisement on there.
Mm-hmm. But you know they're gonna get paid, so whatever you say, they're gonna do it any damn way.
Oh yeah.
You know. But yet we get penalized for something we say, and they put ads on my or on our channel
Oh
for
yeah.
what they penalized us for.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Oh, what was it? Oh, dang it. There was something else that I was going to put on my list today. I did my 10 things that's going to be shortages or high prices for November. And there was something there was a few other things that I wanted to put on there, but I didn't get verification of them yet.
Can you do like a part 1 and part 2 with that?
Well, usually it's oh yeah, one of them may be avocados again, might be, because we're kind of putting sanctions on Mexico for stuff again. It's not so much of a sanction. It's more of a, I don't know. Instead of them letting them just bring stuff in, we're doing a little extra checking things, which is really strange because they let everybody else through it. But if you drive a truck, I guess they got to search it.
Well, yeah. They can't see it as if they was backpacking it across.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a whole bunch more.
Now, I did see it today where your butter may be on that list. Avocado, not avocados. EVOO, sure,
Yeah.
like that. And what was it? Barbecue sauce? Didn't you say?
Well, anything tomato products.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm stocked up on ketchup. I need to go get stocked up on barbecue sauce. And you got to have ketchup to make your own. So.
Oh no. That since I've been watching my sugar and stuff, because they thought I was diabetic and whatnot, so I've been studying all this stuff with the sugar and whatnot. There's so much sugar in ketchup. So much sugar in ketchup. So I've been getting the I forget the dude's name, but it's all sugar-free stuff, and it doesn't come with the fake sugar stuff. It's all natural sweetness.
If you remember the name, email that name or that site to me, because that sounds like something I want to look into.
Oh, I'll be back in a second.
God. I think my last barbecue sauce, I resorted back to my old recipe book and pulled out Jack Daniels barbecue sauce. The bad thing about it is more went in my belly than the barbecue sauce, but it was good.
Oh,
Sugar-free barbecue sauce.
yeah.
Huh. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, that stuff pretty good too. Um, I'll probably try to make my own. That way I make it with honey or stuff. But
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Damn honey has gone out friggin' rages.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is honey. And if they get it locally, they can get it cheaper. But they're getting it from other places. One of them, China. If anytime you see anything from
Hello, Chuck.
China, the honey, because I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good, but I rather get stuff where I knew where the bees come from. You know what I mean?
Well, not trying to be funny, but what can you buy now that's not made from over there?
Well, local honey. Because local honey is better for you in the first place because it's from your area. So,
Right.
like if you have allergies, the whole point is because honey is it's like an antibiotic, which it is. And if you get it from your area, that's more like if you have allergies or stuff like that, it's better for you. Oh, yep, just like Sassy just said. Yep.
Well, now I always thought, or the way I was brought up, honey, period, is supposed to be good for you.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, now I heard in a commercial, what, last week?
That's the best way to get that honey. Your backyard.
They're saying that they got man-made honey. I've never heard of man-made honey. I didn't think it was possible. I thought only the honeybees could make the honey.
That would probably be that that engineered stuff that I warned everybody about watching for, and it's on so much stuff now. It's if you look at it, most bread has it that warning on it.
I know the warning you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, my brain's
freezing up. You got
ingredient engineered stuff. Somebody in chat's gonna get it for me since I can't remember it. No, it's not gluten. It's that engineered ingredient thing that I did a video on. And I would, but my videos evidently I don't have any.
No, not GMO either.
No.
That's something you got to refer back to your
yeah,
own.
There it is. Bioengineered ingredient. And it is basically what you think it is. They engineer it. It's man-made ingredient that they substitute for the real stuff.
You know, coming right down to it, the way this world is going, I really, truly would hate to see the food in, let's say, 50 to 100 years from now,
Yeah.
because people then is not going to know what true food tastes like.
Yeah.
You know, let's use honey for example. Okay, bioengineered 100 years from now, honey. I cannot see where it's going to taste like the honey
Oh no. I
it
mean,
is now.
if you see the little bears, the honey bears, and
Yeah,
then you say, "Oh, that's a cheap price," and then you look at it, and it's uh, corn syrup
yeah.
and maybe 10% honey, and I'm like, "That's not honey."
No, it's 90% corn syrup.
Yeah.
But now I gripe and I complain about a lot of stuff. Let's again, honey. When I see 2 jars of honey, one's $11 and the other's $1 and something, you
There's something
automatically,
wrong.
yeah, you automatically going to go for the one for $1. But read the ingredients.
Yeah.
I mean,
And read where it comes from.
Hey, join the party!
That says a lot right there too.
yeah,
Because even the stuff that comes from China says it's 100%, but it's not. There's stuff that's mixed in with it. That way. If you can find people in your area that have it, it's so much better. Even if you have to pay an extra $2-3 a jar, in the long run, it's better for you.
well, let's use chicken eggs for example. Okay, the chicken eggs. The way I understood it, the darker they are, the fresher they are. The darker the yolk, the fresher that the egg is. But then
Well,
again, you go pick something up from a neighbor. Okay, there's no chemicals in that egg. You go to the store
mhm.
and buy a dozen of them. It's going to be chemicals all over it because they wash the egg down to where it has to be refrigerated. To where if you go get a egg from a yard bird, you can leave it sitting out. What?
A yard bird.
Well.
Yeah,
bit
that's what I was going to say right there. The yolk is basically, I mean, to me, the best eggs I ever had was from a chicken that ate crawdads. There was this little canal behind my house, and when I let the cats out, the chickens out, they would do their foraging and whatnot, and they would go down that creek and pull out crawdads. Man, those are some of the best eggs I ever had.
That's right. And don't eat rooster eggs.
Yeah, what if you let chickens do what their nature is to do, is eat stuff on the ground, bugs and stuff, worms and stuff like that, and instead of having them eat the stuff that has steroids in it and chemicals and all this stuff,
fillers and so forth.
Yeah, you'll taste the difference in the egg. I mean, there's nothing better than
one of the reasons
egg that chickens are allowed to eat what they want.
Yeah. And I mean that's as free range as you're going to get when it comes to chicken. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. And there is a certain group who's wanting to do away with chickens like that. So another group of business people can make.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can phrase that a little bit better. You get commercial growers, okay, and they're raising 10,000 chickens at a time. The time them chickens got through pecking your yard, you wouldn't have nothing. So therefore, they got to bring food in. In that food is what's going to be 99.9% fake shit stuff. Sorry about that. It get a chance, go buy you some chickens, raise them yourself.
I wish I could.
Yeah. The
Oh,
only reason you need a rooster in that crowd is if you want more chickens. You don't have
yeah.
to have a rooster for a chicken to lay eggs.
Yep.
That's it.
And like after Halloween, that's some of the cheapest food you can get. You
Yeah.
go get these um, pumpkins that are left over. You take them in there in the coop and bust them open. There won't be any bits of that pumpkin left. they they'll eat the crap out of the pumpkins.
Well, now, question. Does pigs eat pumpkins, or should I say hogs? Do they eat pumpkins?
Yeah. I can't remember if it's the get them to poop or stop them from poop.
No.
I can't remember which one it is. I'm sure somebody out there knows, but it's good to feed them. It cleans it. I think it does clean out their system.
Well, I'm 90% sure that farmers, they know this. The
Oh
city
yeah,
folk, they just throw it away.
yeah.
If you got friends who are farmers, give it to them. Their livestock will probably love it.
Oh yeah. I remember. Um, I got uh, a pig for $15, and
Mm.
I made a pen for him for it was a bunch of skids. I dug holes so he wouldn't dig under, and kept him in that thing. Um,
What the hell is
and
even that?
fed him the regular feed and whatnot. But I went in. Yes, I was. At used to be a dumpster diver, but you can't do that nowadays.
I'm
Um,
thinking about doing that.
a grocery store threw out cases and cases of oat, oats for oatmeal. Um, and I loaded that and I fed him that stuff and he grew so big. uh, and then right before he I took him in, we ended up feeding him corn for 3-4 days, and that cleans their system out and stuff too. And that was some of the best pork I ever ate.
Now, answer me a question, and I literally don't know this answer. I overheard a old timer a while back ago talk. There was two types of hogs that you raised. One was for the meat and so forth, and the other one was for lard. Is that right?
mm, I don't know. I mean, you depending on the pig, you get a lot of you can get a lot of.
Yeah,
Well, is it called lard from a pig? Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
beef is called uh
But it seems like to me that the way he described it is like you try to keep one a little bit on the slim side, for the bacon, the ham, and so forth. But the
Yeah.
other one, you let them get as fat as you possibly can.
Yeah,
And
you can still eat the meat though. The meat's
yeah,
still good. It's just it depends how you feed them.
right. I reckon that's what he was talking about, depending on how you
Yeah,
feed them, depending on what you're gonna make of it.
yeah. Because they eat all kinds of whatever. um, you feed them all kinds of stuff, and that's the good thing. You you whatever doesn't get ate, it goes in either the chickens or the hog.
Yeah, exactly. Now, our neighbor, they raised what was it? It's quite a few hogs, and they had a couple of 5-gallon buckets sitting right there beside the trash can.
Yeah,
That all the food went in.
yeah.
And when it got full, that's what they fed the hogs. But they still had to give them something like oats also.
There you go.
Okay, okay. Damn, no kidding. Sassy cat, I'm right there with you. I'm finding myself eating a lot less meat too. For the simple fact is, I'm going to use
Can't,
this today's
can't
pork
afford
chop.
it.
Today's pork chop just ain't got the same taste.
Oh
And
no.
a hell of a lot tougher.
Yeah. I got
And you're right. You
a
can't.
roast not too long ago, and instead of because it's cheaper to get a roast than it is to get stew meat, and all
Yeah,
it is you just got to cut it up, and
exactly.
that was some of the toughest dang meat. I'm like, geez, what'd they feed this cow? That was
I think
horrible.
they ran him down before they killed him. That's the reason the meat was tough. But yeah, I mean, used to, and I'm talking probably about 20, 25 years ago, you could throw a roast in the oven and, a couple of hours, it'd come out, it would be tender and done.
Oh yeah.
Now, you got to put a roast on all damn night long in order for it to be tender.
I did find out that which a lot of people probably already know this, but um, pay attention to what the label says on there, where you get it from. Um, Now, if I want to get something tender from, uh, like I'm making pulled pork or something like this, I'll go to another Bueller's, which um, they don't get their pork from the normal places where you guys would think, um, the places down south and whatnot that are owned by places that don't live here. And that's if I want pork it's tender, that's where I have to go. If you go to Walmart, it's going to be that tough, no flavor stuff.
In the back, after the show, I want to tell you something I heard about Walmart 2 or 3 years ago. Now, I
Oh,
don't know if it still applies or not.
yeah, I want to do a video, but I don't know how well it would go over, and it's about their hamburger.
That's got something to do with what I was wanting to say, the meat. I also like your bushy bot. It's coming up. What did it say? You will need water for food preparation and hygiene. Store at least 1 gallon per person per day. Seriously, all in all, that's true. 1 gallon per person. But the way I'm doing it is 2 gallons per person per day. Because, like it said, you got to wash yourself, you're going to drink coffee, and you're going to cook with it.
Hey, join the party!
Yeah, and that's if you're sitting in your home waiting for the government to fix things.
You better get it.
If you're a normal person that has to go out and work in the garden or go hunting or whatever the case may be,
Hello, Lee.
you're going to need more water because you're going to burn through that water quicker.
Yeah.
And I probably drink probably at least 2 gallons a day, close to 2 gallons a day of water.
Hey, you can dehydrate water. Sorry.
Because one of the main things from high blood pressure is it ruins your kidneys, and the more water you drink, the less chance that's going to happen. And I find out that the pills that they've had me on is bad for my kidneys.
Well, now, let me say something about that. The pills they gave you that's bad for your kidneys, they gave you some more pills to counteract the results from that one, right?
Yeah. And the thing is, the only thing is with that, it tanked my potassium. So, which is bad for your heart. So they wanted to give me a potassium pill, and I thought, wait a minute. That's not right. So I ended up getting off that water pill thing that did this. And now this doctor is trying to wean me off of the one pill because you can't quit it. If you quit this, your blood pressure goes through the roof. So I have to gradually wean myself off of it.
Now, B. Charming come up with a good idea I hadn't thought about. Mylar bag your water, just don't vacuum seal it. And I'll go one step even further.
There's something better.
Pressure can a lot of your water. Yeah, it won't be for drinking, but if you get a cut or something like that, it'd be good to clean it out with.
Yeah, anytime you can anyway. If you have an empty spot in there, you always fill a jar up and put it in there.
Yeah,
and it's not wasting because you can use all those jars for cleaning.
Exactly.
Because it's sterilized water.
And if you in a hospital or something like that, when they clean a wound, they're going to use whatever it is sterilized, whether it be alcohol or water or whatever the ordeal is.
Come here. You want up here or not?
Damn, Lisa kicked herself so hard she ended up 83 miles away this time.
I have to see that happen one time.
I would pay to see that happen. I mean,
oh yeah, that'd be good for. Yeah, I would agree.
Hey, join the party!
I wasn't going to talk about bug out waggons anymore, but I guess I did. And they actually do sell sterilized water in Mylar bags.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you could run an IV with. But I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Well, now, I'm totally dumbfounded as hell with this right here. How you going to put sterilized water in a Mylar bag?
it's sterilized when it goes
Yeah,
in.
that's what I'm saying. How you going to sterilize it? Because if the air hits it, wouldn't it not be sterile no more?
Well, the thing is, you can sterilize it without it have contact with the air.
That's the part that I'm trying to figure out. Now I can understand if it was in a science lab or something like that, but be charming. I make my own MREs, and if I mylar small bags of water, then heat it. Okay, is drinking sterilized water good for you?
Yeah, that's what you would have to do if you got it out of the creek. You would boil it before you drank it, and that's sterilizing it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you're talking about is it distilled water or something like that? Or there's some water that you don't drink, and I forget which one it is.
I believe you're right. I believe it is distilled water.
Something like that.
Let's see if you. Well,
Up there?
Sassy Cat wants to know if you boil tap water, does it take care of all the bad stuff in
it? Today's water?
No.
Ooh, it's very tricky. I don't know. You'd have to find out what's in your tap water. I don't drink it. My tap water here. I don't know, like some of the chemicals that they do add to it to clean out, because I was talking about this before. They say if you're on city water or public water or whatnot, when you get a drink of water, 25 other people have drank that water. And you stop and think about that, because what happens when you drink the water? Eventually it comes out somewhere and it goes down your toilet, and it goes to the water treatment place where they treat the water, do the hocus pocus on it, and it goes right back into the system. So they say on average, and it's worse in the bigger cities, that you've drank the same water that 25 other people have drank.
Let me say something right quick. And for that, I would say boil your water and then run it through a purifier at least a couple of times.
Yeah.
Because any type of purification system is better than none. There is some germs that boiling your water will not take care of. But then again, that's me talking. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and if you start and if you're from like the big cities, that you gotta realize you probably drink after 100 or so more people. And that's freaky all by itself.
Well, now it's like this. Does anybody drink water from a city lake? The reason I asked that question is because I'll damn near guarantee you have drunk water that somebody has drowned it in or has, let's say, swollen up in. I'll promise you that.
Oh, there's a lot worse than that happening.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to get them to visualize some of the stuff that's in the water
Yeah.
that
Well,
they drink.
if people's played Oregon Trail, they know what happens in that game. 90% of the time you die of because of drinking water before you get it purified and stuff, or
Mm-hmm.
that type of stuff.
What the hell did I walk into?
Piss pot show.
Yeah, that's how majority of people died back then, is they didn't know where the water was coming from upstream, and it could have been Henry the deer up there just draining himself in the river, and you're sitting there drinking right after him. Or
Henry, you done named the deer?
Yeah, Henry the deer was got an infection and died right there by the water, because that's usually what happens to animals when something's wrong with them. They go to water, and a lot of times they die in water. And if you don't know where that water comes from, it's hard to say what you're drinking from. And that's the same thing with city water.
Can I say this? Like, they want this whole depopulation narrative crap, and if you really think about it, nature kind of did that before we got involved. Like,
oh yeah,
a lot of the times you only lived to what, 30, 35 if you were lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's why they put the words in the marriage thing, until death do you part. They wasn't expecting them to live over 35 at the time.
The pastor's like, yeah, I probably only got like 5 more years to live myself. So by the time they have any problems,
I'll
be long dead. Talk about a loophole.
Really? How's your day been, 101?
It was fine until I went to go vote.
Oh, hell. What'd you do? Run up on a...
I typed it in chat. You guys must have missed it. So...
Your thing got jammed?
Yeah, I put my card in, my ballot. What?
I'm sorry. My mind went somewhere. I better mute myself.
You okay, Jeff? Anyway, I put my ballot in, and it jams. So the fucking old lady comes over, out of my way, and she unlocks the fucking like lower part where it collects the ballots. And for one, I didn't even know if it was my ballot she grabbed, shoves it through, and it counted it. She says, you got to do it extra slow. Like, okay, yeah, like everybody here knows that you got to be gentle with these machines. And it didn't count it.
Hey, join the party!
It didn't count it the first time. And I'm like, oh, of course it would happen to me. But while I was waiting there to vote, it happened 3, 4, 5 more times to other people. It was okay. So when I was waiting in line, this lady's at the little table you have with the 3 walls, right?
Yeah.
And,
What the hell is even that?
God, these sound effects are getting annoying. So she finishes her ballot. She goes to the machine, shoves it in, and then the machine goes, did not count. And before I could say, I said, ma'am, your ballot, and then she was out the fucking door. And the poll lady's looking at me like, what the fuck just happened? And she put it through, and I guess it went through.
Really? I didn't think they were allowed to do that.
I didn't either.
The lady was already through the fucking door, gone out the...
Yeah, then that ballot shouldn't count
Well,
because
here's the thing: is
it could be changed.
right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But okay, so the ballot machines went off 3 or 4 times while I was just there. How many more times did it go off before I got there? How many more
Hmm.
times did it go off after I left? How many more times did that machine get opened up and maybe my ballot or somebody else's ballot got fed over through? Because it's like a mailbox
Or
basically.
shredded.
You well, you drop it in there and it's literally just an open box. She opened it right in front of me. I could have seen anybody else. I could have taken anybody else's ballot. She
Or
opened it with a little fucking key. How many more times did that machine get opened throughout the day?
And like
Or
you said, are you sure the right ballot got put in?
right, am I sure she grabbed my ballot? I mean, obviously I knew it was mine because I could see it stuck up in the machine because it got jammed. I got lucky. But how many more times did this happen to other people that it's fucking with the numbers?
Exactly, Chuck.
This is
yeah, and I
I
don't think
okay,
they should be
so
allowed to. There should be somebody there besides you, a stranger.
well, I have more stories to tell you when my stream comes up.
Okay. I was going
Uh,
to ask, because I was going to actually, except for me actually doing the vote, I was going to film myself going in.
right.
Can't
You're
do
allowed.
that.
I'm pretty
No
sure you're
cameras
allowed.
allowed.
They
Not
are.
even the,
Yeah, it
no,
says
they're
right on the
not.
door. Right on the door. No, no filming allowed. No cameras.
So
Not even allowing to do your own vote. You can't do it.
Oh,
so
I wouldn't do that anyway because that's my information down there.
Yeah.
so there's a news guy here in Detroit. Help me, Hank. And we ended up calling him because he wanted to know about the voter issues. Well, there's been many a time that he's gotten calls throughout the day, according to the news. So it's not just my district, it's everybody else's too. Now, I was going to save this for my stream, but I'll sell it anyway. A friend of mine posted on somewhere. I'm not telling you where, not a problem. Okay, posted something. They said they went to their polling place, and while they were waiting to go vote or waiting for somebody else to finish up, a young guy in his 20s, about my age, was sitting next to her, I guess some kind of security guard, right? An old man walks out and says to her, "I'm surprised you didn't have an AR-15." Now, upon closer inspection, this was a plainclothes officer. Okay. He, I guess, was from the government, like high up government. Like they said, the National Guard was watching the elections kind of crap.
Oh,
Okay. I think he was one of them. He was dressed in plain clothes, I guess, and was guarding this to make sure nothing happened. I didn't see any at my polling place because I have an eye for that, but in this polling place there was protection. And um, I'm hearing in other polling places. I don't know if it was in Michigan here or not, but some guy came in with a knife trying to stab people to prevent them from doing the election. Um, this shit is getting like crazy. Like I don't know
yeah.
how else to say it. It's fucking stupid, and not like just regular stupid. It's insane.
Now, I will say this right here: the town that I was raised up in, they was bringing in people like that to watch the polling places.
I get that, and I have no problem with that.
It depends where this protection is coming from and what it's for.
Well, let me put it this way. Okay, the comment from the old man that walked by, I'm surprised you didn't have an AR-15. That shows that people are very, very jumpy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fuzzy.
What is going on in chat? Why am I being mentioned?
They're saying you're using too much fire.
Oh, by the way, it's 8:00 already. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and put Bigfoot's link in the chat here. I have it set up.
Are we ending it, or are we?
Yeah. I'm sending everybody over there. He's got a big old special guest over there for his Bigfoot Lake channel.
Yes, I'm aware. I've already gotten the link.
Okay. And I want to thank everybody for coming in. And 101 will be live at 9:10
on the Q&A channel, by the way.
Q&A channel. And we will see you Thursday with me and Jeff over on his channel.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get this thing down here, and I'll leave you at that, and then we'll go ahead and hit you with the outro.
Out.